The language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. I think it's live, Abbas, but the problem is I've still got spots all over my screen because I think I spat or some phlegm. I'm not sure what
Thank
came
God you
out.
clarified what the spots
But
were.
yours is beautiful.
I know.
I feel like a real minority today because my side has been nobody cares, and your side is spotless and looking very.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in like some
nice light and everything.
ether. Yeah.
It's like you're entering heaven.
Yes.
Heaven in India? Impossible. Wow.
By the way, I should point out there was a sword lying in the studio today when I entered.
Yeah, so I'll explain.
Yeah.
Toto, our engineer, he has not got the appraisal. He didn't get any increment. So they gave him the sword.
So neither have I. Where's my sword?
He lives in Bengal, close to Bangladesh border. So they've given him the sword to make sure he's okay. And
For self-defense.
Yeah. And I told him offline also, there was a light in the the sword.
Oh, really?
It's gone.
Oh,
because of budget constraints, we can't afford the battery and the light. But we still got the sword. It's plastic. Be careful. I don't know how much damage you can do with a plastic sword.
If used nicely, it can do some damage.
Yeah. When I was younger, they called me the plastic sword. Ab to nahi. Now just plastic. Anyway, nice to have you here, Abbas. I'm so excited with the AMA concept. We get to talk to lots of people and they can't actually say anything, which is the best way to have a conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. Only one person doing all the talking. That's really my favorite way. It's called the monologue. Have you heard the new anthem "Big Dogs Ask Abhik Ghosh"?
Wait. There was a better question before that. Abbas,
how dare you? The poor Abhik has been relegated to.
How does it feel to be the IBM sex symbol? Cyrus and Abbas. I think there's just one sex symbol.
Again, this is all maths. Were you good in maths?
No, I got 33.
Let me help you. I was good in maths. And arithmetic, not in.
Really, you were good in maths?
Arithmetic, I'm very good. But algebra and geometry.
So why did you take arts then?
Geometry, I used to get 1 out of 33 or whatever the marks were.
Algebra, you were good.
Inscribe, circumscribe, whatever it is. I couldn't do any of that shit.
As long as it's not circumcised.
It comes from there only. They take something pokey and they hurt you at the end of the day. And then they tell you won't get cancer and then you die of a common cold at 11. It's ridiculous. But I'll tell you, so Cyrus and Abbas' sex symbol is because we are down to only three people.
That's true.
Right? Who are in front of the camera at the moment.
Yeah.
So even the habit coach is on a break or something, right?
Yeah.
So it's literally you, me, and that's it.
There's
Anupam. So you, me, and Anupam.
who does know maths?
Anupam is great. But honestly, if I had to choose a sex symbol between Anupam, you and me, it's got to be you and me. For the simple reason that you're the youngest. Okay. And I've sort of had a TV career. So it makes sense. No, he may have the money, but we can't just... come on, yeah. You can't just do this. You're saying that by your logic, then I've got to put Gautam Adani as the sex symbol against, say, John Abraham. You've got to look... Okay, I'm not saying that I'm John Abraham, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
Adani right now more than sexy.
I don't think he's ever been compared to John Abraham. This is the first time.
He's more concerned with Sebi more than sexy right now.
Oh, nice. Nicely put. You got your stand-up routine ready now. You go into only corporate jokes. There you go.
But yeah, thanks Ashwin, but calling us sex symbols.
You think that they're just being sarcastic and we should ignore this? Of course,
yes.
Then why are we talking about this and making ourselves look stupid? Because somebody tuning in will be like, sex symbol? What do they take it seriously? They leave the country in disgust. Foreigners especially.
Aniket has thought, he's asking.
But I thought the Hindenburg report, they've completely quashed it.
No, but then they resurrected it. I think on Friday they put up a creepy message saying India, something big is coming up tomorrow. Oh. And then they revealed this Sebi.
And then they said, no, what we meant is Bangladesh. Sometimes it's a geography thing, it's so close, really. Yeah.
Actually, but I don't know if we have any listeners. We do have listeners from Bangladesh, so I hope you are well and good.
And we did. We used to have at least one regular guy from Bangladesh. Oh God. Sorry, I don't mean it that way.
We shouldn't hope
all is well, yeah. And Arsalan was with us. Arsalan Amir Khan. He was on the Discord just now. How do I join the Discord server? If I really want to. I have no idea how to answer technical questions.
You can just join, right?
Discord.
But
create a server link.
Yeah, it'll be in the
somebody
comments.
Somebody has to tell him that. Now you're telling me this. I don't know if he can hear you. Yeah.
But he's just from across the border, right?
He's Pakistani by descent, but he lives in New York.
Okay.
Like most successful Asians, they leave the area.
Because back when we had membership, there was a Pakistani listener who could not join the membership for some reason. So
What?
there are
Well, there's some sort of they're watching this show, sitting in Delhi thinking, "Arey yaar, forget Ukraine and Gaza. Let's focus on Brocha. Let's stop that guy." Oh God.
So yeah.
And Pranshu, my good friend from Jaipur, who recently got married and now lives in London for a little while, has sent her Cyrus is damn sexy.
Nice. Thanks, Pranshu.
You notice-
He just got married, but he still finds you
listen,
more
listen to this. It's only men who are saying nice things, not a single female. Yeah, that tells you everything.
Abhik is
it's a
asking-
doggy style T-shirt. How can you can read it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Uh,
Has Cyrus heard the new rap anthem, Big Dogs?
yeah,
Do you know about this, Cyrus?
I'm going to act like I do, but because Abhik Ghosh's expression is like he's just won the bronze medal, beating Manu Bhakar in a playoff for the 6 meters pistol shooting from the pant. Abhik, you tell me, you're the rapper here, huh?
So
You're rap crazy. Can you rap?
Not really.
I think it'll be worth it.
If someone gives me a beat, then I can probably give it a shot.
Like a beat down or just like a...
No, a beat. A boom, boom, boom. No,
This
that's
is
not a beat.
This
That's
is my Marathi
that's
beat.
a horse
This is how we
gal-
talk in Mumbai.
That's a horse galloping, Cyrus. That's
Two men having a conversation about geography in Mumbai.
The Big Dogs is a song by this rapper called Hanuman Kind.
Why? I saw that.
Yeah,
The Malu guy.
Yes.
Oh, it's called Big Dog.
Who shot the song is called Big Dog. The
Yeah.
song
We just
is
discussed him on the Discord.
shot on the Moth Ka
Okay,
Kua.
so clear this. Is he,
Yeah.
because his accent doesn't appear to be,
So he's lived
Indian.
in America, I think, part of his life.
so he's more like he's just Indian by look.
There's controversy on his accent also, by the way. They're calling that he's doing a black accent, that he's rapping like he's an
Stop this.
African
You
American.
people stop
It's
this.
I didn't make this.
You live somewhere for some time, you pick up that accent. I had a Gujarati, Marathi friend in Dadar who sounds like a Baba only. He couldn't say his ters and his ders. We grew up with only Parsi friends.
But
It's
the
okay,
song,
these
the
things
song
happen.
has reached number 57 on the Billboard Hot 100, the main Billboard.
No,
chart.
and I on the internet, a lot of these big shots rappers
Yeah.
apparently talking about it. And I can't remember names of rappers, but they all have names like your sister's noodle or whatever. I mean, they have these names, right? I mean, they all have these names like my third ball. Yeah. And so,
Cyrus, wish you were in
No,
charge of naming rappers.
Baba, it comes on the algorithm, right? It just comes. But my daughter
My
tells me
sister's
they're very famous or whatever, so I presume they are. And they're very. I don't think they're being patronizing. You think they're being patronizing?
The rappers? No, they're
No, to him, this
No, not really.
Hanuman Kind or whatever it's called.
they genuinely it's taken over the
Yeah, so that's
West.
what. So he's made a big.
Yeah.
I mean, for Indian rap, with due respect to Divine and Raftar and all that, I don't think any of them have.
Raftar, yes.
Whatever. How do you pronounce it?
Raftar.
I'm so sorry. It's not my cup of Raftar, so I'm not really good with this. But
Nazi, he's one guy's
Nazi is the guy in Big Boss.
Nazi's in Big Boss.
yeah, but that's only because of Big
Didn't
Boss.
he win? He won, right? Okay, I don't know.
Everybody wins in Big Boss. If you enter Big Boss, you're a winner.
But yeah, Nazi is one of the big ones. Divine is the other one.
Yeah.
But now Hanuman Kind is right.
Divine has come on our show
Yes.
before you guys
Yes.
were around.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
it
I
was very
was-
sweet.
I was
He's a
there.
banter boy or something. He's a local.
Yes.
One of the all close by.
Our sound engineer Shravan was very excited the day he came.
Yeah.
He used to have that Gully Gang
Yeah.
t-shirt. Yeah.
Wow, Shravan. Excellent. But coming back to this guy, so what's his name?
The rap name is Hanuman.
No, that we know. What's his real name?
I don't know. Please tell.
Suraj.
Suraj.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Suraj.
Not a very gangster name.
Yeah, that's what. But that's fine. When you find out that Snoop Dogg's real name is Richard Dawkins the second or something, so they're all the same. They're all frauds in a way, right? I mean, everybody puts a name up after some time.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really name your son Snoopy, come on, and then your surname is Smith, and they say no, from today it's Dog. I mean, that sounds a little fishy. How's that guy become the symbol of Paris in the Olympics?
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I mean, why would you choose him? I'm not against him at all. I think he's great, no problem. But I'm just thinking, what's the sporting ethos here?
But Snoop Dogg's everywhere. He's also in the WWE
I get
Hall
all
of
that.
Fame.
I was in Dubai about 2 years back, and the
Huh.
guy flew on a private plane and all that, and he's apparently not allowed in Dubai, and they'll give special
He's
permission.
got a guy whose job it is to roll his joints.
Yeah, no, but he's not allowed in the UAE technically
Acha.
because of you have this drug conviction or something.
Correct.
They've got some rules.
yeah.
Okay, so but he's like blue blood, so they let him in, but they give you a temporary visa and all because they want to break the rules either.
Yeah.
So all that.
Yeah.
So he's that big. Anyway, my point is, why is he in as the face of Paris Olympics, one of the ambassadors? I find that little, it's like Rakhi Sawant. No, okay, not Rakhi Sawant, but it's like Give me an. It's
Baba
like,
cycle?
no, it's like Raftar being the symbol of an Indian Commonwealth Games or something. It makes sense.
I can see that.
But why? What's he got to do with sport?
Because his albums have sold millions of records.
And he does push-ups in the video.
You need eyeballs on the event, right? So people tune in to watch Snoop Dogg and they end up watching.
God, you're so commercial, man. Such a capitalist, man. You sold out, bro. Abbas is sold out.
Oh, Snoop Dogg is also on podcast Smoking Up. So I guess we need to call him
with Kevin Hart.
Joe Rogan, right?
No, with Joe Rogan. With Kevin Hart, no?
Achha, okay.
Bro, what kind of fucking research do you do? An old man knows more than you. I turned 53 last week. I'm that bloody old. I can't say Raftar's name properly. Or Akhilesh, whatever his real name is. Because it's going to be on Akhilesh. Yeah. Anyway, so Suraj doing very well.
Very well, yes.
But what does that mean now? Does he become like in the top class of?
I mean, definitely get more gigs. They get to tour abroad and all that stuff.
Once his name is known, because they're all big. The one hit makes them famous, right?
Yeah.
As in India as well. I'm not like you need 9, but so then.
But now these guys, right?
He'll be at the next Ambani wedding, because he'll be the big. Like,
are there any children left?
I don't know, but they'll be like Justin Bieber will be finished by then.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll be Suraj. Yeah.
But these guys, right, Pratik Kuhad and all of them now, they legit have like US leg of their tour.
Go slow. Who's Pratik Guha?
Pratik Kuhad.
Okay, are you abusing me? A, my name is not Pratik. Secondly,
no, Pratik Kuhad is a singer and songwriter. He's also really.
He's a rapper.
No, he's not a rapper. He's a proper singer.
Oh, so they're not proper singers, they're rappers. Bro, you're really...
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they are more rhythmically inclined than
bro, this guy is mean. You got a mean
more tal than sur in rap.
Oh, you're sounding my dad now. You're really shitting on rappers. That's good.
Should we go to some of the questions?
I think we should, because we got no rap friends left. No, you've declared war.
Farida has asked, need your reaction on Olympics, Vinesh Fogart incident, hockey bronze, and Pakistan winning gold at Javelin. Very quickly, Cyrus.
Okay, so Pakistan winning gold at Javelin, most romantic story for me. I said that on Discord. He comes from nowhere in Pakistan. He has no money. They've never heard of the word Javelin where he comes from. Tried his hand at cricket, etc., etc. How the hell did he win the gold? And only Pakistan, and all the Pakistan haters will not like this, Pakistan has that ability in cricket, it's that romantic ability where they can just perform without any infrastructure. It's almost the going against the grain. Today you'll hear everywhere, हमारे पास infrastructure नहीं है, हमारे पास facility नहीं है, training camps नहीं है, वो नहीं है, ये नहीं है, supplies नहीं है, whatever. That's all fine, and it's probably 90% true, but occasionally you have someone who can, in the modern world, win a gold medal against all the modern training and all the modern science is on one side, with all the other guys, including Neeraj. Neeraj's got a lot of support from India, because India is far more developed in the sporting beyond cricket than, say, Pakistan. This poor guy, he didn't have money to fly to Tokyo the last time.
He didn't have money to buy Javelin also.
He borrowed Neeraj's Javelin. By the way, they're very close. And they've done more for India-Pakistan relationships than all the politicians put together. But so I think that's a fabulous story. It's great. It gives you hope. Wherever you are, what are you doing? If you really care about something and you're good at it, you never know. You don't have to be born in Lahore from a rich Punjabi family where your father will, because Javelin sounds like a rich man's sport, So it just doesn't make sense how he came from where to where. So that's a great story. Vinesh, I was in tears, okay? I'm not gay, but I was in tears, literally. But I couldn't believe it, because she was going to fight for gold, and somebody told us the story in the morning India time, at the gym or wherever the hell we were. And I couldn't believe it. It was like, it's like a bad bakra. It's just horrible. And if you hear her story with 2 torn ACLs, not 1, 2, any sportsman whose ACL has gone in a contact sport, no chance of playing again. Because basically your knee is gone, your ankle's gone, or whatever's gone is gone. You can't play contact sport because that's too much of a burden. You're lucky if you can walk. Not once but twice. So she's come back from, you're falling asleep with the story. Okay.
No, I'm not.
It's a fabulous story. Listen.
This 100-gram overweight thing.
No. So once we'll come to that. But the point is, she came back from that. After that, she fought the government, the wrestling federation. She was on the streets of Delhi. She was declared all kind of rough manhandled by the police. Put in this, that, and all that. Almost become a persona non grata position. So from where another romantic story of how she comes back, resurrects herself against all odds. And then this cruel 100 grams.
Yeah.
But son of a lawyer,
do they
100
not
grams,
have
100 grams.
Like a plus minus margin?
You can't have that. You can't have
not
that.
Even for like 100
It's law,
grams?
bro. It's law. Like if you say 2 grams of hash is punishable, you can't say, Aja, 3 grams bhi theek hai. Once you have a law, you got to follow the law. That's the truth. Like 18, and then you can watch the porn film. And 17 years and 11 months, boss, 2 din ki baat hai. No, but that's the law. What can we do? I'm just saying, once you get less emotional and think about it, what do you want to do? I don't think this Tuesday verdict is going to change anything. they have to go with the law because everybody will start saying, no, when you draw the line, the Jap gold medalist who lost in Tokyo but won this time the same weight class or almost the same weight class, male, he said this, was disqualified for 50 grams last time.
But she still won 2 bouts within the weight limit the day before, right? So then why?
Because they fought 3 times in one day. She had to all the fluids as possible in between. How will she survive?
But then why strip them of every?
No, there was food and drink in, and then you're trying to go the other way in the night. Which
but that's the next day, right?
No, so they had only a night, a few hours, Baba.
I know, so she still should get the silver, right? Why strip them of all medals?
That's a contentious point. I don't know. Silver?
She made it to the final.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, so that's why they're fighting for that. But once they've disqualified her, they've already disqualified her, so that momentum is gone now.
That's what it sounds very unfair. That you still won 3 bouts within the weight range. The next day you were.
That's what they're going to try to argue, I think, basically. So let's see. I don't know what's going to happen. But it's so sad to see us sitting there. There was a photographer sitting outside the clinic, Indian clinic that we had set up for our guys. This is a crestfallen, terrible photograph. Not crying, but just broken. It was like how I feel when I finish working at IVM.
Right.
Just completely gone. Just guys,
I you get a lot of
you give me smelling salts and kick me and say, come on, be a man. And then I hold your leg like a Pomeranian and hump it for 5 minutes.
You also demanded gold, which we said no to.
Yeah.
Hockey bronze?
Lovely, but I thought we could have gone for gold. That Germany semi-final was pretty close. It's just our luck. But the good thing is Indian hockey has revived itself. 2 bronze back-to-back. Thanks to there's a man called Mr. Patnaik in Orissa who has revived Indian hockey and given us a lot of hope. I want him on our show.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, the Chief Minister, you are right. He's done so much for hockey. Please come on the show. I will call you sir. And I really call anyone sir. But it's good.
Not the same anymore.
Did you enjoy watching? Did you watch the hockey? You can actually follow. Why am I talking to you? You go back to Raftar. Raftar this, Raftar that.
No, but you tell me what you felt.
There's a pill named after him called the Morning Raftar. You're laughing?
It's even funnier because Raftar means speed. So, I mean.
You've never used it, sir? Abhi, sir? You don't carry it in your back pocket? In case? What are you going to say? Mera beta? I apologize. Let's move on.
Atharv has asked, if money and ethics weren't an issue, what scientific experiment would you run if you became a mad scientist? What do you mean became a mad scientist?
The first one I would do is if we give all the VIPs of India cycles and ask them now you commute in cycles only. Will they be able to do it? This is my scientific experiment. No cavalcade of cars, no bodyguards, nothing. Just all of them, and including famous people, not just politicians. All because the famous people also started with these 32 bodyguard thingies and all.
Salman Khan cycles.
He does cycle, but so I think my theory is failed already because when he cycles, there's also a traffic jam because there are 32 people behind him on various modes of transport to make sure nothing happens to him.
Yeah.
Anil Ambani, same problem used to happen in Marine Drive. Do you remember this when you were in Baikala?
Yes,
so he would start running there, and there would be 5 cars going at one, and these are fancy cars, Mercedes top of the line going at 1 mile per hour, and you're there in your Maruti Gaddi thinking, banjo, ye mere gaadi dekh, he's wasting that car. Really sad.
But most politicians are like 60 plus, right? It might be difficult for them to
don't do ageism. They bicycles. Should be. What is the famous poem? Go the first line. Do not go Dylan Thomas. Do not go gently into the dark night.
Into the night, no?
Into the dark night. You may know your rap, but I know my poetry. Okay, you know your rhythm, and I know the poetry. That's how we work. RAP. By the way, young man, that's what rap means. And then there's also CRAP.
You know this one. Baba Saigal had a full form for that.
Yeah.
Rahe aap pareshan. Rap.
I don't want to say anything, but it is probably apt.
Okay.
Has he come out with a new? I saw he also entered my algorithm.
Baba Saigal releases something every 3 weeks.
Gym wear doing some rap.
He releases something every week.
Oh, these are every week?
Yeah.
Then why are we giving so much power to Hanuman Kind? Hanuman Kind is nothing. Baba is the greatest.
Yeah, Baba is the greatest.
Water is H2O.
I don't know what that means, but Prithvi just said water is H2O.
But he's teaching people it's edutainment. He's using rap to get the country to understand that water is H2O.
Thanda thanda pani.
That was the first explanation that pani is water. Thanda thanda pani, water. Water is H2O. Now he'll tell you H2O is something else. It's fabulous.
Okay, I just want to give a shout out to, how do I pronounce this? GPISF has given us $1.99 and he says Bharat Ratna for Cyrus. Thank you, GPI.
If I ever get a national award, I am going to really spend 20 minutes making a speech. I'm going to thank everyone who thought I was the truth. And that's so many people. I mean,
will we make it to your speech?
Sorry?
The Cyrus's team will make it to your speech?
Yeah, but you guys haven't been as bad to me as people in my childhood. Teachers who said, you're wasting your time, you talk too much, you should just, this, that, the other. I will take their names. I have kept their names, the goodness. Unfortunately, I've been a failure. So I've not been able to say anything. But one day, you never know, in this crazy country, there's a koi nahi hai, usko bulao.
Okay, Sairam has asked.
Oh, this is damn funny. Did you see it?
On the small kitty fight between Jagdeep Dhankar and Jaya Bachchan, is he actually hating on her?
I am on Jaya Bachchan's side. I've got to tell you immediately.
Yeah.
I thought he overreacted and got so the male ego. You could just see the Indian male ego unable to take anybody, and a little bit of chauvinism that a female dare talk down to me a little bit. But she said, use the word tone.
Tone, yeah.
Like your tone, which is a difficult one to counter, right? Because otherwise you say tamiz se baat karo or whatever. But actually, tone is another thing altogether. But what does tone mean? It's just a very grey area, right?
Jagdeep Dhankar had a problem with one of the MPs who mimicked him also, which was caught on camera, and then he was like,
Let's say that there's two types of MPs. Let's say that one eats on this side and the others eat on that side. Let's say that there's different sort of rules applicable. That's one of the major issues. That's why they did a walkout. Not taking the opposition side, they can behave like children. But I saw that whatever bit I saw, I thought he overreacted. He didn't have to use those big words and I mean, he spoke back in English.
You may be a celebrity, but...
Yeah, I mean, it was so unnecessary. Do you remember the text? If you can just say it.
What he said?
Yeah. What he vaguely said.
I think, so he had objection to Jaya Bachchan saying, she said that we are all colleagues.
Yeah.
And he said that, no, I'm
you are a celebrity.
Yeah, you may be a celebrity, but everybody in this house is supposed to be treated equally. Yeah. So you sit down. That's what
I thought he was unnecessarily aggressive.
It was.
He could have said the same thing with a little bit of wit and panache. Why can't they ever be like that? Why do they have to be aggressive and belligerent, especially when a woman is talking to them? It's like the Indian men can't take women talking to them badly.
I don't know. Him and Om Birla both seem very arrogant.
Sorry?
Him and Om Birla, Jagdeep Dhankar.
That's both of them then. There's two houses you're covered.
That's what. Yeah. Seem pretty arrogant.
I don't know, but I think, it's not even so much anti-opposition as it is anti-women. I have a feeling that some men, I've seen this with my wife working, trying to work with certain vendors and all that, building stuff and all that. Some of them are just not happy talking to a woman, or they just talk in a certain rough way. Oh, look at you. When you're standing there and she's doing all the talking, I have no interest in this frigging thing, except trying to make payments. Abbas, you'll understand, right? Because you've also been very rude to ladies. Yeah, as a rule. So I don't know. That's my take on it. But I'm siding with Jaya.
Okay,
that's my decision.
Yeah.
Next, let's face it. If you're stuck in a lift, who do you want for company? Jaya,
yes,
or Jaideep?
There'll be more points of conversation.
Really? I mean, there's so much we can talk about. A woman of the world, a great artist, blah blah blah. So we are slightly prejudiced, no doubt about that.
The next question was from Sharan, who asks, with rising unemployment, do you think there will be a US recession in
this is very scary, because we've always looked at the big USA as the father country of the world, etc., etc. But the last few years, there's talk going on about them just the bottom falling out of the economy.
That's, I mean, in the next 10 years, I don't think US
I don't know where we get our 10 years thing from, but so far they've survived. But it's a little scary, because when you go from there, does it put too much pressure on India and China? I don't know. And what if we are suddenly the top dog, the Hanuman kind?
Some would say we are already the top dog.
Yeah, but they're in power.
in WhatsApp messages, we are already the top. This thing. But I don't know. In the last 10 years, with this whole election and Trump becoming the president.
But this is also like a WhatsApp forward, no? If you think about it for a second, we've just spoken without any details ourselves, but we're sending out the paranoia.
Yeah.
You're saying 10 years, I'm saying 2 years. Where's it coming from? I spent the whole morning looking at young girls on cycles.
I'm saying, as compared to the early 2000s, where America was considered this paragon of superpowers, that image has taken a hit.
No, because before the 2007 recession, they pretty much went through a pretty good time for the last 20-30 years. I remember in the last 3 decades of the last century, I think petrol prices, gas as they call it, didn't go up. Can you imagine for years? It was like, if it's $1 per gallon, it was $1 per gallon.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine that in India.
Yeah.
It's every day it went up in the 80s, 90s, and 2000 onwards. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm a little worried. But then there's always Canada, where my son is. So don't panic, guys. Don't panic.
Also, I think they hid their war crimes better in the old days. Now with social media, everything is out there.
But do you realize that all war is war crime only? If you
It
actually
is, but
look
that's
at
what
it. I mean, it's not
America is
you
always
really
involved in some or the
No,
other
I'm
war.
thinking when people talk about this again, this is one of my pet peeve subjects. Is you really think that the two warriors stand toe to toe and only shoot each other, chest to chest?
If
fair
someone is
fight?
fighting with America clearly has
Forget
an
America.
advantage. They have the
Go back
money
to
and the
any
power.
war, anytime. I mean, it's a
No,
very dirty way of fighting.
there's always a power that has more. If it's America and Russia, then maybe you can make that argument that both of them are whatever equally placed. If it's America and Iraq or America and Afghanistan,
I'm not even getting into that. I don't know with the proxy wars and everything else. You look at all that. I'm saying the war is it's just criminal.
But
How
one
can you
side
defend
has
it?
more resources than the other.
So they get even more criminal.
Yeah,
But it's still criminal.
It is.
Yeah. So let's not go to war. Everybody avoid war. Let's not do any war. Let's fight on the cricket field and decide empires over cricket or chess, but not wrestling because we have a weight issue.
Also, America is made up of all desis, the cricket team. So
yeah, no, all IT is run by us, bro.
Yeah.
You pull us out.
Yeah.
Chinese and Indian, and they're more comfortable with the Indians for some reason. So I think be nice to us, okay?
Please.
And now we've taken over rap. One man, just one man, one voice. Yeah, where's Kanye now? I can't hear you, Kanye. I can't hear you. Yeah.
Let's go to the next question. Vani has asked, when is Sunita Williams returning on Earth? It's been 60 days since she's stuck in.
So this is what
Scary.
I can't understand these articles because I don't have an expert from NASA or whatever to guide us. But they're saying that she can't come back till next year.
Yeah, 2025.
So what about food and all that?
I'm assuming they must have
What is she do for
stocked up.
entertainment? Will she get Hanuman kind there? I mean, to watch?
That would be something.
I'm just
If she
thinking.
does.
Bro, I couldn't survive Big Boss for more than 2 minutes. I mean, at the end of the day, you're stuck in a small missile going God knows where. Whatever it's called, spacecraft.
Yeah.
So we need to research this. This is like the recession in US. We don't know enough about
But they're probably going to take help from SpaceX, right? Elon Musk's company.
So that's what one person is saying, that they will try get it from some other...
Elon Musk.
Sorry, no, some other space.
SpaceX.
Yeah,
Elon
so
Musk's company,
SpaceX will send another shuttle or whatever it's called, and which I find now this is like Indigo's taking you, and a SpiceJet will bring you back. So, bro, you got to think about this before you board the plane. Don't say, "Mummy, this happened to me." You think about it. These decisions have to be clearly thought of. Yeah.
There's
But scary.
also that.
Would you ever go on? We had a gentleman who had studied space and who would come here on our show, but and astronauts, etc. But I find it very claustrophobic.
It is.
I was one of those guys who, in the kids in class, when we were all young, I'm sure people listening, a lot of people would, I want to be an astronaut, cosmonaut, whatever it's called. I want to go to space and all. I just thought the idea of being in this shuttle or spaceship is just scary.
Yeah.
For so long.
It is.
Would you?
No, I wouldn't. I remember in the Encyclopedia Britannica, in the astronaut section, there was
that was a book, guys.
There was a photo of a astronaut training to go in space, and he was hanging upside down.
Yeah,
to train
the anti-gravity boots,
and that freaked me out. I'm like, there's no way I'm hanging upside down.
So that's why you don't do aerobics.
Yeah.
I'm presuming. I mean, that makes sense. Okay,
I'm like, wouldn't this just make you throw up? Anyway. So, no way. I'm good on Earth.
For me, I feel like, especially because if it's a Desi model, they'll save money. So it'll be even smaller. So it'll be like a lift, basically.
Model as in the spacecraft?
Yeah, the spacecraft. Because you're going to be... You're an Indian, right?
Like sending Madhu Sapre or someone.
Oh, wow. Really? Yeah, I wouldn't mind being in a lift with the young Madhu Sapre. I don't know what she looks like now, but I'm sure she looks nice.
Wasn't there a Hello Friends episode where you're stuck in a lift with Madhu Sapre?
It's the same... English Friends, American Friends episode where on the harmfulness of
but
tobacco.
Who was the model in the Indian version?
Madhu Sapre,
right?
And some God, don't ask me who, but some famous American model in the American
original Friends. Yeah.
I was stuck in a lift with her. What an episode. Yeah. But let me tell you about acting. So the lift that we make is only because they shoot from 2 walls or 3 walls. So there's one wall is open, right? One side you never see action.
Yeah.
So you're actually not really stuck. So you never have the feeling of being claustrophobic. Because imagine her being stuck with me. Would have been terrible if it was really a lift in 4 hours. Anyway.
So yeah.
Mike, you saw all those episodes, Abbas?
I remember vaguely.
How can a man like you who knows his rap music?
Because back then I don't think we used to get the original Friends.
That's why it lasted for a season, I think.
Yeah.
There was no option. Yeah.
Okay, we have to go to a break and we'll come back with more questions after this.
And with Sunita Williams.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcasts Network. On Cyrus Says, Cyrus is joined by the multi-talented Manav Kaul, who is an actor, playwright and author. Manav tells us how he went from a swimming medalist to selling floppy disks in Bhopal to eventually landing up in showbiz in Mumbai. He also talks about his new Netflix original series, Tribhuvan Mishra CA Topper. On a century of stories, Kunal looks back at the angry young man of Indian cinema, Amitabh Bachchan. Tune in to know how Bachchan redefined the image of the Hindi film hero during the 1970s and 1980s with his intense eyes and powerful voice capturing the rebellious spirit of the youth. Folks, if you like our shows, spread the word, tell your friends, and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening to them. Follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. You'll also find all our shows on YouTube by their show names, so do look out for them and have fun watching. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week, IDFC First Bank and Grab.
All right, just bitching here about all successful people around us, and there's so many. It hates to be alive. I hate to be alive. It hates to be alive. Angrezi, Sikho, Gandu. Yeah, this is what happens. I think test levels are going down.
Hey, we're not getting as many super chats this episode. I don't know why. What's wrong?
Okay, I'll pretend I know what that means, but
money wala chat.
Oh, you know, amazingly, and don't take this badly. When Amit is there, although the episode is, let's say, a little slower, we get lots of money.
Damn.
So I don't know what it is. It's like, I think it's against us because there's no Hindu representation. No, both of us. There's no Hindu representation. The moment we have the majority, we get the money. What do you say about this, Abbas? Put your finger on the pulse here. Or at least take your hand off from my groin because it's very uncomfortable.
Or maybe the way Amit looks, they think it's the other.
Oh,
donations start pouring.
Watch it. All right. Right on the line of control now. Huh.
Okay, the next one comes from Mayur. Did the wedding go too far as Reliance has laid off 42,000
No, but
employees?
one second. This is not happening during the wedding. This is the financial year, April to April. So I'm not taking their side.
Wedding has also been going on for a year.
No, brother. The way my mother, the great my mother, my mother always gives me information which they said. I mean, she's never known who they is. So she's the old-fashioned WhatsApp is our parents' generation and beyond that, where they just send you the WhatsApp forward orally. They're like, did you hear Reliance threw out 43,000 people? I said, who said? They said. I said, who's they? I always have the same conversation with her. And that's why I researched it a little bit. And it's across the financial year. Again, not taking their side is a lot of people, but it's not like in one shot.
I know, yeah.
Which is a different thing altogether if you're saying while this wedding is going on one side and half these 43,000 from retail mostly alone from one area have been laid off, which is like, that would be like mean. And after that, they go shopping.
Is it? I mean, but the company belongs to the richest man in India, right? So it's like there's no job security even there as well.
Yeah, but this is no. Are you looking from a capitalist point of view? In which case, it's my company.
If you
looking from a moral point of view that you shouldn't do this?
No. You put 2 and 2 together. It's like if he's the richest man in India, means he's the most successful, and yet his company has to let go of almost 40,000 people.
Yeah, but you're saying it in one sentence. When it goes over, it's almost like an EMI. No, it's a lot of people over a lot of time, over 12 months.
But even in a year, 42,000 is a lot.
I don't know. We'll have to do the data on this before we start making comments. You know how many people are laid off by, say, the Birla Group or by the Adani Group or by the Tata Group?
Point.
Or
Never mind.
Ouch.
Yeah, when you put it that way, it doesn't seem much.
Yeah, so just looking from proportion, let's say I have 3 people or 4 people working for me. If I got rid of one of those 4 people, that's 25%. That's a lot.
Right.
So if 40,000 out of a 2 lakh workforce.
If the headline is Cyrus Bocha fires 25%
so it's the same thing. Technically, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Matt's point of view. What do you say, Abbas, sir?
Yeah.
Lucky to be here? Or not.
Bhumika Bhatt has given us $499. Thank you, Bhumika.
Sweet.
She says, love you guys. Thank you, Cyrus.
But Farah issue, because she's in India selling dollars. So what's going on
I
there?
don't know. I'm assuming she's in the US. But thanks, Bhumika. So let's go to the next question. Akhilesh.
Well bold, Saki. Can I just say it's a funny line? Cyrus and Kunal included in that list, Reliance list, because TWTW wasn't renewed last year. That's fair. That's fair. That's a good point. Yeah. Valbold, Saki. Oh, Valbold. Yeah.
Akhilesh has asked, do you think Bangladesh protests will worsen the economy to recover?
I'm firstly worried about the blood that's being spilled. I mean, we're just seeing figures, but it's a little bit scary. Chief Justice being told you got 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like a bad Hindi film here. Where could you go to like a Supreme Court of a country and stand outside a mob and say, "Bahut nicha, abhi tere paas 10 minutes hai, nahi to marunga chappal se bhaichod." I mean, it's literally that dialogue, and that's what's going on. And I mean, like, I don't know what to say. And about 2 years back, you'd say that the GDP overtook Pakistan and was second only to India in our area.
Yeah.
Not saying much, but considering where they were, they've come a long way. The economy was sort of booming, going in the right direction. You know, there are 2-3 countries in Asia like Vietnam, Bangladesh, couple of, if you just study, who've hit punched above their weight in the last 3, 4, 5 years.
Right.
And then suddenly this happens. So of course it'll affect everybody around. It does affect.
But do you think that's the problem with these student uprisings, that eventually then, you know...
The problem is, why is the army taking over the country? I mean,
who else takes over?
Okay, not to take Hasina's side, because she was quite the autocrat.
Right.
But I'm saying that the rule of law should have been enforced in any part of the world, and that like whether it's January 6th in America or here in India, we had riots all the time. A rule of law is enforced and orders, because they democratically you have to allow people to do what they want to, but they can't take the law into their own hands beyond a point, no? So once you start doing that,
wasn't the argument that Hasina was using the army as a personal baton and cramping down on protests? So now that the protesters are in charge, anyway look at
you
the
got to take one side here. Now, initially, we'll take their side, the side of the young people here, because obviously government job, blah, blah, blah. You understand the situation, we expect that. But once they cross that line, they lose the moral high ground and they start blowing up things, burning things, attacking minorities, attacking people who are liberal.
I'm not defending any of that.
No, so I'm saying the rule of law applies in a democracy. At that point, you've got to use whatever you have.
But there's no one in charge to
That's now.
Get the rule of law.
I'm saying if Hasina was able to clamp down on it, because at some point you have to clamp down. What's happening in England? Those Southport riots, and then this anti-Asian thing that's... immediately the police have been called. Immediately the police, they are taking
because
action.
They have a prime minister.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that I'm not never want to support the police or police brutality or anything, but I'm saying once things go out of control, you've got to clamp down on it. Otherwise, it's just chaos. This is chaos. This is now this is actual anarchy. There's nobody knows what's going on.
Okay.
You go solve Bangladesh.
No, I'm not saying I
was just born in the same year.
My thing was when the reservation protests happened.
Yeah, you go back to the Mandal Commission here.
There were reports that the army killed, on orders from the top, the army killed more than 1,000 people, unofficial
Again, this is like Reliance laying off 42,000 people. See, now we don't know. This is just the final sentence sounds terrible. But what if the protesters were trying to kill somebody in a hut, a family? And then what do? See, under the situation, because the specifics of each situation, what exactly is happening? Because mob mentality, I have seen a mob in 93. Okay, and Abbas, I don't know if you were ever exposed to mobs. It is scary. Forget who, Hindu, Muslim, forget who. A mob of people coming at you and breaking things and hitting buses and all, with all the courage in the world, because they're not mentally well at that point. They feel fearless because of the whole mob mentality, and people are getting attacked. What are you going to do? That's when you call Cyrus and Kunal, two of the best chokidars in India, and we will take care of the situation. Ekre? Yeah.
Abhijit has a related question. Do you think USA was behind the Bangladesh situation as accused by
That's what this Arnab Goswami, who after Tolstoy is considered one of the greatest philosopher, king writers of the world. But having said that, there's conspiracy about America being involved in philosophically paradoxical situations. There is proof of that.
Yeah.
So you're supporting literally the absolute dictator, fascist, right-wing, whatever, against the so-called left democratic option or less right-wing option of Banana Republic 1, 2 or 3. So that's there. Because it's just a business. For a lot of people, it's just been a business.
Yeah. You
sell, you control, you do whatever you have to, you sleep with whichever side you need to make sure you have control. You don't have to align with political philosophy. So it's not impossible. I'm not able to put the dots together because I lose interest after 5 minutes. I mean, if you and once we start the conspiracy thing, there's no end to it also, right?
Yeah.
Our leader, Amit, says there's no conspiracy theories. There's no such thing. He's against the concept of conspiracy. Like if you say Kennedy's killing or whatever, the mafia killed him because of X, Y, and Z.
And if I say that aliens control everything,
that he may agree, but... Because they come here and take the work of the Maharashtrian. All the aliens who come here.
No, not that kind of aliens. The outer space aliens. Yeah. Let's go to the next question. Netra has asked, do you think the excessive cricket events have led to fatigue rather than blaming bad performances of the team?
No, I think it's like when you reach orgasm, you can't have sex immediately, especially for males, especially male mammals. So you win the T20 World Cup and then you play an innocuous series within 3 weeks. Okay, and you can't rise to the occasion. Excuse my pun.
No pun intended, yes.
You can't. I mean, I just think about it honestly. If you did an exam, this is why when the kids are trying to do these exams or their college exams and they're going abroad exams at the same time, they really suffer. You can't have the same kind of intensity.
But then what's the solution to that then?
You don't play that series, bro.
But then there's money to be made.
No, but we are playing too much cricket. Then we've got to figure this out. You want quality of the cricket to go up, then you've got to figure out how much you're playing. You can't just keep playing every day. Because there's no context to the sport. There's a bilateral match where no one's watching, nobody cares. You're a World Cup. Everybody gets excited. You have the IPL, which is heavily marketed. Everybody gets excited. And then you have India Sri Lanka, which is not the Jayasuriya Sri Lanka or Mulli Sri Lanka. This is a very weak team which beat us.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, it's not got any kind of eyeballs. And nobody's really interested. And Rohit Sharma's just picked up a cup. He's cried in public.
Yeah.
He scratched his privates in front of you. You're right now, I mean, there's nothing. He's got no skin in the game almost when he goes back there. I just think it's like an after effect of you just, there's nothing in it. So not to put down Sri Lanka, well played and all that, but I'm saying we sent 5-6 of our guys straight from the T20 World Cup, and their hearts, I mean, they're playing, but it's in sport, a 2% drop in intensity is enough. I mean, look at our podcast.
There's too much money involved to take a break, no?
No, but you're looking at it that way, but I'm saying if you want the product to run for a long time, you've got to find the marginal utility of the product will get disturbed at what point? So if you want to look at it from a match point of view, there's only so much you can play. And the context in sport is important. Olympics, wow, we're all interested. If I tell you this is the Southeast Asian Federation Games, immediately after the Olympics, and we have Nadeem and we have Neeraj, and I can't remember the names, with due respect of the 3-4 other big guys, Europeans and West Indian and all that. And we have all these guys. Again, the interest won't be that much. Because they've just 92, this guy has hit Nadeem. Almost 90 Affelos hit in the others. Yeah. They just won't be able to do it again. The context is not there. So I'm sorry.
Did you see the breakdancing event for the Olympics? I think
I saw that Aussie girl. They've attacked that poor Aussie girl because I don't know, it was like knee in bed or something.
She's a professor apparently in Australia.
Yeah, and 34. Yeah. She's an older, 35 or something, oldish. No ageism.
I'm not old, I'm 36.
I know, but you don't break dance. You break down. Totally different. But
if there was a medal for that.
But again, see, I don't want to shit on this whole concept because whatever.
Yeah.
It's like I don't get rap music. I'm never going to whatever. But I never liked breakdancing when I was my generation thing that happened in the 80s and 90s. I can't see it as a sport, but that's what you like. That's what you because next year why can't we have Odissi recitals as a sport or Bharatnatyam or whatever, Kuchipudi or whatever? Why can't they also be sports? In fact, in many ways that might. I mean, they squat and all that. You feel that there's some sort of sporting relevance there.
Amit Raj has given us 100 rupees. Thank you, Amit. Amit says Nadeem got gold without investment, even without any investment. Even his javelin has been bought by villagers.
Yeah.
While India spent 6 crore on Mr. Chopra. What do you say?
Yeah, that's a bit mean. Mr. Chopra also doesn't come. He comes from humble beginnings. But yes, India has given a much better launching pad because of the infrastructure that we have for non-cricket sports. We're pretty good. Prakash Padukone.
The PCB also sponsored Nadeem Aslam.
See, everything will happen now or happened after he became a name. After Tokyo. So I'm saying, you look back and see, how did this guy reach Tokyo?
Yeah.
He had no money. This is from the heart of Punjab, Punjabi-speaking guy.
Yeah.
That's it. He has no Western culture influence. He has no understanding of world politics, nothing. He came in a salwar kameez for his first tournament. Salwar kameez, traditional dress, and he won as a 15-year-old. Okay, everybody else was in track pants because they have some understanding of javelin. They were outside his village area. This guy, some of the others stumbled on the spot and he just rose to the occasion. It's a great story, bro. This is an unbelievable story. Really, I can't think of anything better. Fantastic. Pakistan should promote this story and just promote it just go mad. I mean, they should remove all their films and all their posters they should just have Nadeem everywhere.
There's this Pakistani YouTuber na, he's like कि इनको सब कुछ दे दें सारी sponsorship बस इनको prime minister ना बनाएं.
Yeah, that will spoil it. Look what you've done to my great Imran Khan. Still languishing in prison. I'm so upset with the cricket world. Nobody says anything. They just keep quiet. Okay, forget India. Okay, because it's always touchy with India, Pakistan. Why can't England? Why can't all the greats? Why can't they say anything? Or Australia, England,
because
West
then
Indies.
It requires some knowledge of Pakistani politics.
They should say something.
Then it requires some.
No, they have to say that. Look, this is a guy who is one of the greatest sportsmen of all time. They should maybe appeal to the Pakistani government. They're all big names. Yesterday's big stars. People like a Gavaskar or a Viv Richards, these kind of that level of cricketer was sent out a petition saying free Imran.
Yeah.
I don't know why anything will happen. I'm saying nobody seems to say anything. It's just like it's not our business. It's sad.
Let's take a couple of more questions. Next question comes from Reva. With the recent FA Cup victory, do you think Man City will beat the 13 Premier League titles of Man United in the next 5 years?
It's a bit scary, bro. I know you don't like football, but these guys, this is like a crack team for the last 6, 7, 8 years where they just always seem to be able to, win the big points, the big matches. Toto will understand. So if you're not a Man City fan, so where I come from because of my son being a Liverpool fan and anti-Man U, that whole narrative got tossed around because Man City just overrides everybody in the end. And so now to beat Man City is the future of any team.
What about Woman City?
Woman City doesn't exist in England now, no, because you only have men. If you go anywhere, the women aren't allowed. They become very backward there.
I like how you were so into the conversation and telling me things.
It's good. Now I feel like I'm talking to Aisha only because, it's just...
Hey, I like
she
Aisha.
watched the hockey with me, huh?
Oh, really?
But I have to explain everything. I don't want to be sexist. It's like, why have they gone here? Why have they... Penalty corner, long corner, difference between the two, penalty stroke. Why are they allowed to dribble?
Yeah.
All our rule changes. 15 minutes only. Some people haven't seen hockey for 12 years. The world has changed. I'm like, what happened? It's like, but at least we watched. But I must say one thing about sport and coming back to the Olympics is, because I think cricket is overdone after some time, and the cricket just doesn't need a help. But it's great to see all of us. Say, I grew up in Malabar Hill, very westernized, etc. And then you see a Vinesh Fogart, and you're like so invested in her, and that's really a good slice of Indian humanity. Where the nationalism is not perverse and aggressive, but it's actually you're supporting your team, and you have very little in common with this person, but the humanity, the humanity aspect, where the empathy comes only from there, and that's good. Or with Manu Bhakar or anybody else,
Neeraj and Nadim's mother's.
That was beautiful. Look what they've done for ties between the two countries. Two simple women just saying ki mera beta ka jaisa. Just simple lines like that. And what do we do up and down? No Pakistan will come here. No India will go there. No team. No this. No that. The politicians are really, they just F up everything. Remove politicians from politics. I'm saying, let me run something. We'll let Nadim's mom, in our case, Neeraj's mom, in that case, Nadim's mom, my mom, your mom. We'll be fine. We don't need all these jokers. All they want to do is pick fights all the time. You have to heal.
Sure. The next question comes from the relaxed lead, also a football question. You think Liverpool will enter another era of irrelevance or underperformance
that's negative
under various managers before Jurgen Klopp?
See, Klopp is left big shoes to follow. No question about that. And I was also very sad I worried for my son because this guy has been like, he's been like a beacon for them. But I think why be negative? They've got a crack team. They've been right there for the last 4-5 seasons. They've won in the pandemic 2020 and they almost won in the last 3 years twice. So I don't think there's any reason to be negative. And I know players come and go, but Liverpool is right there. Don't worry. Whoever the coach is, whoever the manager is, Liverpool is not going anywhere. Man United, you might as well put them in the... What is our thing called? What is our league called now?
Indian Premier League.
ISL. Man U, come to ISL. I'll make some phone calls. We'll find you a place. Man U, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Man U?
Ishani has asked, what do you think the world will be like if it will be filled with male and female copies of you? Jesus Christ, that's a scary...
Who wants that?
Predicament.
Come on, I don't even want one copy of me. Why would you want clones of yourself?
Male and female... Yeah, that's
Hitler
true.
tried that, didn't work out.
Did he make female clones of himself?
No, in a sense, he wanted his machine like, it was like a factory-made Germans, no?
Yeah.
Blue eyes, blonde hair, this height, this weight, this thing. We all say hi in the same way. I mean, you dare go like, hi, Hitler? you couldn't do that. You had to go like this. It didn't work out. I'm saying, God, no. Variety is the spice of life.
I just imagine someone can clip just that clip out of this episode and be like...
Someone like Ornov saying, I'll tell you that guy. I'll tell you, he's a Nazi. I have proof he's a Nazi. Play the clip. But would you want to have a million Abbas?
Coming to that, so there's this Marvel show called Loki, in which Loki meets...
The way he says it to me, like I have no idea. I have a 7-year-old daughter and 21-year-old son. I watched every superhero film. The first one I've been rejected was this Deadpool and Wolverine, where she said, no, I'm going with my friends. Everything I watched. And ungrateful bastards, these kids that we have, finally turn around and say, no, you want to go with our friends. So I got no one to go with.
Not a movie you'd like to see with your
parents. I like Deadpool. I like that. I just like that attitude, that...
No, but anyway...
Which it doesn't translate so well in Hindi, with due respect to...
No, there's a line in Deadpool that there are 206 bones in the human body.
Yeah, those
207 if you're watching Gossip Girl. Okay, it's an erection joke. And the Hindi version of that is कि इंसानी शरीर में 206 हड्डियां होती हैं, लेकिन जब पड़ोसन का पल्लू गिरता है तो 207 हो जाते हैं.
Deadpool franchise cancelled. Deadpool franchise has hereby been notified. They're on very shaky ground. Oh man, that's beautiful.
But in
Lost in the translation.
In Loki finds a female version of himself from a different alternate universe and he falls in love with her.
Yeah.
So, because he's a narcissist.
This is firstly, by the way, it's a comic book fantasy thing. And secondly, he's a complete narcissist.
Yeah,
you see the character.
Yeah.
He's Thor's brother, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes.
So, there's a certain relevance to that. I hope I'm not a complete narcissist, but why would I want more people like me? If you think you're an individualist of any kind, you want to be whatever you want to be yourself.
Right.
You're mistaking. I think that's a very strange person who wants clones of themselves. It's for me, it's very difficult to understand. Let's go down the room. Abhi sir, you want clones of yourself? No.
By the way,
Tata, you want clones? No. Prithvi, you want clones?
Meghnad is in the chat. Hi, Meghnad.
Meghnad, put your hand up because we can't see. Same thing. Meghnad's like he's got one gag.
He'll be in Bombay, I think, in a few.
Tell him to come on the show, no?
Yeah, sure. Meghnad, whenever you're here, please drop by.
The door's open, Meghnad, but come early before people recognize you.
Pushpak is asking why the fuck would you watch the Hindi dubbed version, Abbas? Oh, it's hilarious. I haven't watched the clips.
You know what? The other thing I love watching as a sport, I think it should be an Olympic sport, is South Indian films with Hindi dubbing.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh man, that's so much fun. These are the things where our country is not giving it more relevance to. Instead of playing Sri Lanka and cricket and wasting time, this is what should become a national sport.
So let's take two more questions.
And already they're going to fuck up the South Indian films.
Of course.
From the dubbing. Yeah. And when they decide, we'll remake the film now in Hindi. Dubbing ka murder ho gaya, abhi pura murder karega hum log. Let's do it.
We had a question from Kavish. Has Maharashtra politics turned into a cartoon show with Uddhav Thackeray?
Oh, you did hear this?
With coconuts?
So apparently Raj Thackeray's boys threw stuff at Uddhav Thackeray because Uddhav Thackeray's boys threw stuff at cow dung and Raj Thackeray. They did like two kids in a nursery. That's the first thing that comes to your mind. Yeah.
Meghnad is saying, Cyrus, I'll only come if you refrain from making short jokes and come up with new material to roast me.
But Meghnad, please understand, you and me are from the same fabric. I'm 173 centimeters at best. 20 more than you, but not much. All said and done. I'm a shorty. I'm not, by no means am I a tall guy. What's your height?
6, I think.
Oh, the way he said it, this is what they call that fake modesty, no? Like almost blushing like a naked bride,
Naked
6.
bride?
Unbelievable.
What weddings have you been to?
My wife and I, when we do the family picture, while my son was here, my daughter's now a little taller than me actually, very slightly. So Aisha's like a midget, which is I don't mean any offense.
Jeez.
And Mikhail's 6. So we don't even look like the parents, we just look like two old creeps who are in the photo, they've come to meet some old age home. You just find two old people, say old people, beta, aja, the picture is taken. So yeah. But Meghnad, your spirit is very tall. So it doesn't matter about this physical body means nothing. What are you going to do with it anyway? Yeah, I got my point.
Naveen KP has asked, with the IPO of Ola done now, do you guys think India will be ready for EV in 10 years?
Okay, so here's I had a big argument with my neighbor, Anu, my good friend.
You need to break this down for me. What is IPO of Ola?
IPO.
That's what he says.
Ola is the taxi thingy.
That.
IPO is going public.
Acha, that way. Okay.
Because they're doing so well.
Okay.
And EV is electronic.
That I get. Yeah.
So the thing is that it didn't happen. The revolution we were waiting for. Now we had, what year was it when we had the Volvo thingy? 2 years have passed? About 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So around that time, everyone was saying that because that's why we did the show. They were all expecting this huge revolution to happen in the big cities, and then of course it'll go to the next cities as well. It didn't happen. If you see the number of cars on the road when you're going out, going for a walk, whatever, just look at how many green EV cars are there. It's not become more than it was. It's less than 10%. There's been no jump. So and the main reason is people are just insecure about how they fill the damn thing. And then you have to go on these, because my pal who has it, he says, I was trying to go to X place, then I have to go and keep checking where I'm going to get the thing.
Yeah.
And then it's totally out of my way. You don't understand what an inconvenience it is until you actually drive a thing and have to always plan. Otherwise, if you're a motorist and you're driving, you don't plan. You just, you get on with your day.
Yeah.
But this becomes another anxiety for you. So that starts becoming a challenge. So I talked to the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister, and we need to set up EV charge stations all over and very easy to access. Don't forget how many can access at a time, how long will it take, what kind of bang for the buck are you getting, etc., etc. So the practicality is a bit of an issue. So I say maybe cancel EV, come up with something else. Cycles for VIPs.
Sure.
Cycles for VIPs.
The original EVs.
Toto's yawning, huh? He really, this podcast means nothing. So we don't have the youth market for sure.
Not at
all.
all.
How old are you? 26 doesn't watch this.
Nope.
He's fallen asleep. Really.
Anybody under 30
on IPO, he fell asleep.
Please say how old you are, because I genuinely want to know how many people under 30 listen to our show.
But they'll all lie, no?
That's also true.
Most of my
I'm not
friends
gonna
say
go and
they're
check.
6 to 7 years younger than what they really are until we find out. It's unbelievable, really.
Should we take the last question? This comes from Abhishek Kalur. No cricket till September, and usually
September
in
is
this
10 days
window,
away.
BCCI has been planning to bring back CL20 to CL20 back. Do you think it's a good idea?
Again,
or
relevance,
trial
yes, it's a good
quadrangle
idea.
route? Let me
Relevance,
complete the question. ODI series between New Zealand, Australia and India.
no, obviously the 50 overs, even triangulars or bilaterals, not working. There's no context to it, and there's no people watching. 50 overs only working as mini World Cup, those kind of big tournaments. Maybe Australia, India, or England, Australia may work because of rivalries. India, Pakistan will work because we've not played for so long. But that's about it. So I like the CL T20 idea, but I don't know how you're going to fit it in. You know what that is, right? I don't need to explain that. Mr. IPO, you know what CL, right?
I know what T20 is.
Wow. Bro, you've really failed today's exam. I can't promote you. Champions League, Baba, cricket version. So you take
Champions
all
League,
the T20 leagues, and of course, India will have the most teams because we have the most people. So we'll have 4 teams, and the other countries have to give us 6 teams together, something like that. Anyway, that's a point of contention. But context is good, and you'll get eyeballs, and people will watch it. Where will you play? How many days are left in the year? It's damn tough. There's almost no time now because the red ball cricket is getting affected. You don't understand the pain we are feeling as traditionalists, Baba.
No, I am a traditionalist. I like test.
Do you prefer masturbating or actual sex?
Masturbating.
Then understand what we are going through.
Exactly.
They're taking away our masturbating just to give us actual sex all the time. Kitna karega? Kaisa karega? Kya interest rahega? Look at Abbas, sir. He tried it. 2 years of sex. The beard has got longer than his organ. And it's all thanks to this. So don't overdo things in life, is what I'm saying. I don't know how you'll fit the CL20. You have to take something out. As far as I'm concerned. Don't take anything out.
I'm not taking anything out. Also, I'm framed very peculiarly even if I do take anything out. That's it. That's our episode for this week. Don't look at my crotch, Cyrus.
No, look at Prithvi was doing something like this, so I didn't understand that he was trying to say end it.
Yeah,
I thought he was like, we said
means enough already.
No, like politically incorrect happened. I'm just thinking, what did we say? For a second. Yeah.
You called your wife a midget and now you're concerned about politics.
It's not the wife issue. She doesn't watch the show. She'll never know. You won't tell her people. But it's the fact that the word is not acceptable in the Pakistan of the world.
Yeah.
Am I right? You don't say
people.
that, right?
You say short people.
Let's ask someone who's actually short. Shubhankar, do you say midget? You can't say it, right?
He's the worst person to
vertically
take
challenged.
Politically. Short people.
Short people नहीं बोल सकते भाई.
बोल सकते हैं.
Short पर description होता है ना.
But that's the term now.
No, you can't say short people, yaar. What is short people? I'm a short person. This is a really short person.
Vertically challenged.
Short ka short. Chota ka chota. It's not.
Okay, I think we should wrap up.
Listen,
I think we are going from bad to worse.
No, not even, see, it looks like we're being obnoxious. I'm not. I'm asking you honestly.
From what I understand,
so you say,
short
Hindi में क्या बोलते? Hindi में क्या बोलते? What do you say? Come on, show me.
No,
not chote log. What is the word?
Bona.
So is that a fair word?
It literally translates to dwarf.
So is that a fair word?
I don't know.
Achha, now you're excusing yourself in Hindi. It's as ugly a word as the word in English.
No, but dwarfism is a condition.
But in Hindi we use it.
What? Bona.
I'm not saying any words.
You're asking.
I'm saying in Hindi, in colloquial, normal conversation, people use it all the time. Nobody says anything. In English, when you say,
so
again,
maybe
I'm not saying the words.
Awareness hasn't come to Hindi yet.
I don't know. I'm saying it's like make up your mind, yaar, because we talk in 5 languages and you forget, and they're going from this. It's the same word. The D word, the B word, and the M word.
The D word.
They're all the same, but they're all not acceptable. And you're saying chota. What the fuck? So everything would
you asked me the literal translation.
You're describing the words by saying it many times. Chota. Mota.
I said it once.
I mean, what is wrong with us? Really?
Anyway, send the questions on the Discord server.
And tell us what word to use.
Pushpak is saying
okay with any word.
1.5 foot, which I think is the most.
There you go. Half ticket.
I didn't say that. Pushpak said that.
Pushpak can get away because we don't know who Pushpak is now. It's just a name at the moment. It's not fair.
Send in questions on Discord and do send in while live recordings also. That was our episode. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, and don't spit on the mic, guys.
Yeah. Actually, next one will be a pre-recorded show.
Let's get someone chota. Let's just clear this once and for all.
Bye, guys. Subscribe to the channel.
Prithvi, do you know anyone? Huh?